He was like,
I can't.
He's like, I'm gonna go back here.
I don't know. Okay, there it is. Chrissy, are you in here? We're 2 minutes early, so we got all such. Hey, so here is Poncho. He's a little guy. You lift him up so she can see.
He's heavy.
He was in the kennel, and she let him out, and she was chasing him around to go get him, and she came back all winded. And I was like, "You sure we want to go live right now?" Because
yeah, he wanted to play.
Well, Isaiah put him in the kennel because he was quit doing that.
Playing
Isaiah.
hockey.
He was playing hockey, and he's like, he keeps chasing the
really?
hockey
You're just gonna
puck.
take my water bottle like that?
He was chasing the hockey puck. How you doing, Matt? Yeah, he is a brindle.
Put in the kennel. No. Why? Because
I love your brindle puppy too. He's beautiful. So how are y'all doing? I'm gonna wait just till about the 3 or 4 minute mark until we start. Yeah, Bear. Until we start talking about the wreck we had, and then we'll just kind of go wherever this takes us. Maybe the year that we had here on our farm, and so. But other than that, how's the weather for you guys? Because here it's been pretty warm. It was windy at the beginning of the week. It was like really blowing the cages around. We had
Mullet man in the house.
We had chickens getting out because it blew the tops off of them. Mullet man in the house. How are you doing? I really like that duck call that he's making. I think it's a duck call. I don't know if it's duck or goose or. Tiffany was not driving. That was actually a rare time she was driving.
Actually, I wasn't even driving. My car was in park.
Well, she was the driver.
Yeah. I was considered the driver in this accident. You want to start now? There's 15 people.
I'm just going to wait until it hits about the 3 minute mark.
Okay.
Ellen says it's windy in eastern Kansas. And that's about where we're at.
We're in South Central Kansas, dude.
We're in Southeast-ish.
South Central is where we're.
Central is like Hayes, right?
No, Hayes is out west.
But that's Central.
That's not Central. They're almost to Colorado. They're like 2 hours from the border. Oh my gosh.
That's why I'm going to school to be a math teacher, not a geography teacher.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get my live stream on my phone so it's a lot easier for me to mod that way if I need to drop a link or anything, but I don't think I will.
Ottawa, that's out near Kansas City, I think. That's where Ellen's from.
So
okay.
I have lost the pup.
We'll find it.
No, I don't know where it is.
We get to go look for it.
Mary's Ranch and Wild Cooking says 33 degrees in Michigan. Ooh. We're not too far from that.
I don't know if I could do 33 right now. I'm not a big cold guy when it comes to weather. So this wreck that happened, I don't even know what our plans were for that day, but I knew we had to get chicken food on early Saturday morning. You had to run to the bank, and so we were at the bank, and there was long lines, and we were like, what, 5 cars back from the.
No, we were only like 3 cars back from the ITM. So I work part-time at a credit union. My full-time job is at a high school as a para, but I worked at this credit union for 5.5 years before I left there to go work at campus as a para since I'm finishing up my special ed degree. And so I am still employed at that credit union part-time just so I can keep my job in the summer because I don't work in the summer as a para. So I had made my way up to the ITM after sitting there for like 15 minutes, waiting in line. Ricky's like, I'm going to take a nap. He like leans his chair back, and we were just waiting. And one of the people who was in the lane to the left of me, go look for it. Stop whining. We're on YouTube Live. Go.
I don't know where is it.
Go find something else. Stop crying. Isaiah.
That was one of my wheels from the truck that I got me.
Okay. Go find it. We're on YouTube Live, so you need to quit whining.
I don't know where is it.
Go look under the couch or under the TV stand. Go.
Just look.
My goodness. Okay.
Wonderful joys of a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Losing his toy while going live.
But anyways, we yeah, wheels of a truck. He improvised because he had hockey pucks, but he lost them at some point. But I had made it up to the ITM, and right when I got up to the ITM, somebody started screaming in the lane to the left of me. I was in the middle lane. And so I looked back, and it was a member that I had known from all the years that I worked there. And I was just like, my goodness, he needs to calm down. So I came back in the car while I was waiting for the teller to come over the ITM. And then next thing I know, our car just got slammed into. Like, my car was in park. We weren't even moving, and my car got slammed into on the passenger side back seat. And what's crazy is our daughter, Riley, it was on the side of the car where she sits, and she also decided to take a nap while we were waiting because she was getting bored. Normally, she leans her head on that window, but this time she was leaning this way because otherwise it would have been really bad. So Ricky, in like his panic, was like, man, what the hell is going on? And he like opened the door, and the lady's tires were still spinning. Like, it was smoking, like her wheels were smoking, and you could smell the burnt rubber.
Yeah, I think her like something, she was pinned between us and the curb that she was on, and so like she like her tire was just burning out, and so like I was already having a rough day. I was already just frustrated. You know, day after Christmas, the house is tore up. There's toys everywhere. I don't know if did we start cleaning? We started cleaning the day before. When did we start cleaning?
No, we weren't home very much on Christmas, so I really didn't pick up a whole lot.
When did we clean Isaiah's room? Was that?
Oh, that was Christmas. Yeah.
So on Christmas, we cleaned up Isaiah's room, and we literally filled up a whole like dumpster full of like a ripped up book or just toys that were old or broken, just to make room for, you know, less mess, and then to add the new toys that he had. And so I was already frustrated because in our living room, you know, there was already just boxes of stuff because we go to like we had your mom, pastors, your dad's, and then like our own Christmas. And so like when we're like always on the run, we'd come in, we'd drop off everything, and we'd go out the door and go to the next one. And so, and there wasn't even as much. We usually have another Christmas to go to because we go home real quick.
No, he found it.
Oh, you found it?
But he wants to lock Poncho up.
You can lock Poncho up.
Just do it.
Just lock him up.
Yeah.
And so I was already frustrated because the living room was a mess because we dropped everything off, and everything was just everywhere. There was trash falling out and still Christmas paper, and I was just kind of getting irritated of the little things that were getting in my way. And so this happened, and I opened the door. I was just so heated. I was just ready to start screaming, blowing up. I mean, I didn't know where I was going to go with it, but then I saw that tire, you know, I'd say about 4 feet away from me, just spinning. And I was like, this is not how I want to get taken out today. So I just shut the door, and I waited until I stopped hearing the revving of the other car's engine. And she ended up like pulling off the curb somehow. Like I'm assuming she turned away from the car and just parked it kind of in front of us, but she was like going past us, and I was like, oh no, I hope this ain't one of those hit and run things. And so,
okay, just go.
So I was like, she was trying to call somebody, and I was
trying to call 911,
and I was like, we got to take a picture of it. And I lost my phone because when we got hit, like I was actually playing on my phone, and so I can just imagine.
Maybe that's what hit your face.
I don't know. I gotta. It don't even look bad, but
yeah,
and then I gotta. You probably can't see it through here, but I had a goose egg on my chin, and I don't know what it got hit on, and it looks like a scrape, kind of like if someone were to like fall and hit their knee from riding a bike on a pavement. But I would say it's only like the size of half of a dime. But it was a goose egg right here, and then right here where my jaw pivots, it kind of hurt right there. And so, I mean, it's kind of tender when I touch it right here, but it's really not that bad. It's just tender right here. I'd say that's the worst.
Yeah, and then to make it all better, she gave us her the police would not come out because we were in a parking lot. So we had to just handle everything by ourselves, which we had witnesses. Obviously, the drive-thru was really busy, so there was lots of people. But the only insurance card that she had was expired, and she's like, it's still a good policy. The policy never changed. So I just took a picture of it, and I immediately called to file a claim on my insurance so that I could get my car picked up and get it sent to wherever it needed to go, because I have full coverage on my car. Well, we waited there for, I don't know, we were almost there for 3 hours from the time that we got there until we were able to leave. I called my mom to come pick us up because obviously we were all together, so we didn't have Ricky's car to come get us. And my mom, bless her heart, she showed up in her PJs still. She had on shorts and a tank top. She didn't have a bra on. Like, she just got in the car and she just got to us as quickly as she could. So thankful for that. And my little sister showed up, the one that was in chat with us, or live with us a few weeks ago. My mom took the kids back to her house and then came back for us.
And Isaiah was like, Grandma, my car seat worked.
Yeah.
It was funny. Out of the little things that we can make light out of it.
Yeah. So, but seeing my mom show up literally in house shoes, a tank top. I mean, it was cold. It's December, almost January. You know, my mom just had a tank top, no jacket or anything. You know, it's just one of those things that it's just nice to see how much she cared. Like, she just wanted to get to us so fast. She didn't even care about the fact that she wasn't fully dressed, and she just got to us. So she took the kids back to her house. We waited for the tow truck, and like, I didn't cry the whole time, like, until the tow truck driver started loading up my car. And he told me, he was like, the next time you see this car, you're probably going to clean it out because I can guarantee you that it's totaled. Why are you crying? What?
No, he's getting locked up.
Put him in there until we're done, okay?
You need to stop making your brother whine.
But everybody's okay.
Yeah, everybody's fine.
My car's probably totaled. I can show some of the pictures for those who are not on my Facebook.
Yeah, the kids were
so
spazzing out. You know, they were scared. You know, we were all kind of.
That's the impact of where she hit my car. And there's the back side of it from a different angle.
Yeah, that back wheel's bent outwards, and then when they hit us on the back passenger side, our front driver's side tire hit the curb.
Christy said hi. Greg on Ranch.
And so with that, it messed. They said that it's all wobbly and it was crooked and stuff, and so yeah, and it made the front bumper kind of shift a little bit towards the driver's side, and so it's kind of tweaked out, and then the door that she was on was shoved into the passenger door, which was my door, to where when I opened and shut my door, it was breaking the paint off, and it was kind of like an overbite kind of a deal, and the trunk, it smashed in the whole right side of the trunk where everything was at. And it was kind of weird because when we were cleaning it out for what we needed, because I had chicken food in there, and I was like, if I can't get my chicken food out here, how am I going to feed my chickens? I mean, I had enough money to probably scrape up to feed the chickens this week if I couldn't get it out. But when I opened up the trunk, there was like this little like pocket of like where the little like dust and the dirt and the little crunchies of leaves like go down, and I was like, wow, it's a good thing we didn't have anything important in there, because like when I travel, I put all of my camera gear in that one spot. So like my GoPro batteries, my cards and everything go in that one spot, because it kind of has that little, right by where the tail light's at, has that little pocket where you can kind of keep things out of the way. If you put like a box fan in there or whatever, there's just that little spot open. And so, but I'm thankful that everybody's okay. I mean, really the biggest thing is the inconvenience that's going to cause with car shopping. And so we've got some people helping us out on looking, and we're definitely wanting to go with something like a Toyota Camry like we had, just because they're really, really good cars, and they're, you know, good on like efficiency and the value. Yeah, the value kind of sticks with them pretty good compared to like a Corolla or like a Yaris for sure.
Hold on, let's finish the story. So I got home. So I did a quick claim. You just get distracted.
I do.
I got squirrel brain. Once I got home, I gave the insurance company a call so that I could give them all the information because the way our insurance has it, we have State Farm, and they just had me do like a virtual claim, and it didn't really give me a whole lot of options. So I called so I could tell them like everything else, and so I told them, I got the lady's driver's license information, which was not a Kansas driver's license because she couldn't find her Kansas driver's license, which was a little sketchy, but hey, whatever. And they ran her VIN number and her tags, and they told me that they could not find an insurance claim for that vehicle or an insurance policy for that vehicle. So most likely we're dealing with an uninsured driver situation.
Hello, Eli.
Great.
Single man is Eli. I always
from work.
No.
Oh.
He's ever since I've been in live streams. I'd say for 2 years, he's in a lot of the people, and I always just pick on him, saying, "Hey, you should start a video or make a video," because there was one channel one day that I think it was Single Dad Homesteading, and he was like talking about channels making content and stuff, and he was like, "I'm not doing it." And so like ever since, I just kind of pick on him. Every time I see him, I'm like, "Hey, when's that video coming out?" And so squirrel brain. So
yeah, squirrel brain. Back at it. So anyways, we're looking to deal with. Looks like we're dealing with an uninsured driver situation, which in all honesty is fine because our we have full coverage insurance on both of our vehicles. It's going to cover it. We'll have to front our deductible, but the gap insurance that I have through the credit union that I work at covers deductible reimbursement. So at the end of the day, we're not going to be out any money. Like Ricky said, it's just going to be an inconvenience of having to shop for a car, which I freaking hate shopping for cars. And I drove a piece of crap for so many years just waiting to find a car that I really wanted. So I'm pretty bummed out that my Camry got most likely totaled. We'll find out tomorrow. I'm supposed to call the body shop and see.
Do they get it checked out that quick?
They told me to call tomorrow morning and check to see if they can get it checked out that day. If not, I'm supposed to call and find somewhere else.
Oh, wow.
Because State Farm wants it to get checked out as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It was a crappy day. I mean, I've been in one other accident before, but I was 16 years old, and some dude ran a red light, and so I freaking railed him, and all I had was a scratch on my little piece of crap Chevy Cavalier. You remember that scratch on the front bumper?
I think he totaled his car.
Yeah, his car was totaled because when I hit him, he bounced off the curb and it like broke his axle and caused some damage and everything. And
he was on his way to an MMA fight too.
Yeah, because he was from out of town whenever he ran the red light, and I had somebody stay back to be my witness because she was about to get out of the car and beat the crap out of this dude because whenever he bounced off the curb, his car almost hit her car on the side where her kids were, and she was like, if he would have hit the side where my kids were, he would be regretting his life decisions. So at the end of the day, everybody's fine. My kids were freaking out, after it happened, but we are going to all be okay.
I'll say this, Eli. I'm a shy person, and she can say how I am shy, and I'm like socially awkward at a lot of places. You can even ask Paragon Ridge Ranch. When I was at her house for the first, I would say almost until we got into the what do you call them? I call them
side by sides.
Yeah, side by sides. I don't know what I was gonna call it, but yeah, until we got in the side by sides to fix the deer cams, I was kind of just real quiet into myself, and then I just, you practice it and it comes. And a lot of people say they don't notice it, but I'm sure that, if you watch some of my videos, especially my older ones, you'll know. And I still feel really uncomfortable. So like if I go for a long time, or if I feel like I'm going on a whim towards like, I don't know what I'm going to video today and don't know where it's going to go, I get really awkward. And like, there's a lot of times where I'm like talking to the camera, and then I'll just be like talking. And for example, I'll be like, all right, guys, well, here's my chickens. And I mumble or stumble and mess up, or I say something weird. Y'all screen's black? Is everybody's screen black? Can y'all hear me? Can you see me? But I'm going to wait till somebody responds. Somebody's screen is black.
I mean, I can see you on my phone.
Oh, well, yeah.
So I wonder if it's just hers.
Wonder if it, okay, there it is. Okay.
Okay.
And so if I mumble and stumble, like when I first started YouTube, it was like I had to have everything perfect to where like I couldn't mess up, I couldn't stumble, and I would chop it up, and like the video would kind of look like it skipped, but the audio would sound really good. Like the sentence would sound really good, not the audio. And so now it's like if I'm making a video and I'm like, well, and I'll just leave it there because I don't really care. Because I mean, if there's an opportunity for me to take it out, I'm gonna take it out because I don't want to like just. I mean, I literally have a video full of that, and so like I send my friend the Snapchats of the videos that I mess up on, and it's really funny. They're like bloopers. And I'm like, look at what I did. Like for example, like there's a lot of times, and you guys have probably seen it, where I'm doing something, and then like Isaiah, the little boy, he'll walk up to the camera and he'll stand in front of it, and he'll like treat the microphone like it's like a music microphone, and he'll start singing in it and talking to it, and you see it. All you see is his mouth moving in front of the camera, and I'm like, Isaiah, quit! Or he'll like start moving it a little bit, and I'm just like, dude, stop! And I'm like, I don't want to just like put that stuff on YouTube because people are kind of sensitive with the correction of kids, and I don't want something to happen that could be crazy. I mean, I know that like I'm not like smacking them on camera or whatever, but I just don't want something wild to happen. And so yeah, Eli, I would just say if you're just too shy, just do it. And so like for example, my cousin, he's never really in the live stream, but he always watches about every video I have. He's very camera shy, and he got some kuni pigs, and it was right after the meetup, and I was just like, man, I need some content. He goes, man, you can come video my pigs, we can do whatever. But he's like, but I don't want to be in the video, I don't want to talk, I don't want to be nothing. This will be just you can just video my kids. And so I was okay, squirrel brain.
If they would have ever met you when you were like when we first started dating when you were 16.
Yeah, y'all wouldn't watch us if I was 16. Yeah, me.
You were.
I was really shy. I have another YouTube channel from when I was 19, 20 years old.
The night that I met Ricky, he wouldn't even speak to me. And I was invited to go because, okay, so my sister and Ricky were friends. My older sister and Ricky were friends. And she was like, hey, me and my boyfriend and my friend Ricky, we're all going bowling. You should come. And I was like, I don't really know. And she's like, oh, my friend thinks you're hot. You should go. And I was like, okay, whatever. So she shows up. Ricky shows up because he was old enough to drive. And I was like, well, this kid's weird.
Still am.
Yeah, I still are. And yeah, he wouldn't even, we went cosmic bowling, and like the whole time he had his hood on, and so all you could see was like part of his face, and he had really long hair.
I don't know if they've seen that. Have they seen that? I got a picture of it.
Probably not. Look on your Facebook. There's pictures.
No, I got a picture on here. You can keep talking. I'm going to find it.
But the whole night he wouldn't speak to me. And my sister's like, Brittany, you need to talk to him. And I was like, dude, he's not even trying to talk to me. Like, why should I speak to him? He's kind of weird. And then when we got home, or when Ricky was dropping us off, yeah, you can show it.
This is like Jason's photos that y'all are seeing.
Ugh.
Look at
I was
that.
so skinny. Oh, well.
That's wild. I can't even get over that.
No, but you don't have your stupid round glasses on.
Yeah, I had like Harry Potter glasses.
You need to find the pictures with your ugly round glasses that you had. That
was funny. But
anyways, after Ricky dropped us off, like my sister and her boyfriend were just like going to town, eating each other's faces. And then my sister's like, or no, my sister's boyfriend at the time was like, oh, you need to, or Ricky wants a hug. And I was like, if Ricky wants a hug, he can ask himself.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah.
I had no game. I had no nothing. Like, I honestly just kind of, I don't know how I got her, but
I don't know.
I know.
I bet you regret your decision nowadays.
No, I know how to keep her now. I just take her out
Feed
to
her?
Chili's. Yeah.
Feed me.
She
I'm
loves
fat.
Chili's.
It is what it is. Okay, so this was like, I think maybe a week or two after.
That was like the night of, I think.
No, because I was sitting in the front seat with you. Remember, we were in the Kmart parking lot by McDonald's when I took this
Yeah, we were
picture.
eating McDonald's before the bowl.
Okay, so this was the night, like around the time that I first met
Yeah, you
Ricky.
gotta zoom it in to where it's like that.
Okay. Oh, where's stupid glare? You have too much lights over here, Ricky.
Well, I don't want it to be.
Can't see your glasses.
There you
There
go.
we go. There we go.
Yeah.
16-year-old Ricky Knoll right here.
It's weird.
It's the boyfriend I started
I definitely
dating.
was weird.
Yeah, he was.
You just wanted to skateboard, and that was about it. Hey, there's me building my skateboard ramp.
Yeah.
Yo, quit. We all went through that stage in high school where we was like wearing tight pants and stuff. Especially,
I was never weird.
Matt, did you go through that, or was you always a country boy? That's funny. Listen to emo music is what they call it, which was like punk rock and a little bit of screamo stuff. Yeah, I'm still weird. I'm still a little bit awkward when it comes to like social stuff. Like, I feel like I can get annoying too quick just because I feel like I try to bust out of that weird quietness. But at the same time, I'm one of those people where I don't want to like step on people's toes to where I'm like not wanting to be, where I'm not invited places, it's like, because I enjoy people and I don't care. I said I never wore tight. Let me edit that
Did you have
out.
a seizure?
Never wore tight pants.
Yeah, Ricky used to wear like really tight pants.
Yeah, like real tight.
Like we have to like peel them off of him.
Yeah.
So you could get into
I remember
clothes.
like when I first started all the farm stuff.
Oh, Brandon. Brandon's in here.
Hello, Brandon.
Hello, Brandon.
I don't know if they
That was weird.
allowed it. Anyways,
yeah, Brandon's Ricky's cousin.
so emo is kind of like a gothic. I'm assuming you know what gothic is, but you like wear all black.
Why
You're
would
like,
they not?
well, some people don't. Some people just are out of the bubble, and so you like wear all black. You wear tight shoes or tight pants, skateboard shoes. You wear a small shirt. I wore like a spike belt. Some people went to the extreme of like wearing like eyeliner and stuff. Like literally like a rock star. Like that's kind of the style. And like nowadays people just look like bums. And so that's what's cool. And so back when I was in high school, it was like emo stuff. And so it was like you wore like a band t-shirt and tight pants with a studded belt and some skateboard shoes. If you didn't wear skateboard shoes, Vans are considered skateboard shoes. I don't really call them that because I didn't like skateboarding in them, but the big old shoes that were big old fluffy cotton shoes that were just humongous. And so
God's Country Home said they so had an emo face.
she still had an emo phase. I thought it was cool with my
Pop tab choker necklace. Oh my gosh,
What's
I
that?
remember those. Like those pop tabs, they would put them like the monster tabs. People always collected those because they were different colors and put them on a necklace.
like they were on a necklace or they made the necklace out
No,
of
like
those?
well, the ones I saw always had them on there.
Huh.
Like we're just like strung on there.
I saw those ones that look like fishing string and they kind of like would loop. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
love those. I had so many of
What
those.
were those
and
called?
They had
But they were like
bracelets.
this small and you like stretch it out.
Yeah, those are chokers.
Is it? Well, I don't know why we're talking about emo stuff. It's.
So we're revisiting our teenage years.
But when I first started like the farming stuff actually in the wintertime, because I didn't have I don't know where they're at, but I just saw them today. They're
What?
those camo pants that are like real warm.
Oh, I folded them up. You want me to go
No,
get them?
you don't got to show them.
Okay.
But they're like hunting pants, so they're like real insulated, wind blocking, water resistant. And so, if you don't have stuff like that, you got to do. Her name is Brittany. When you don't have stuff that keeps you warm, you got to layer up. And so I would put my skinny jeans on. I put like a pair of sweatpants on or long johns, and then I put a regular pair of pants on. And so like that's how I would stay warm when I feed the chickens. And so I actually still have my skinny jeans, but I'm a 34 now, and I think they're 27, 28, something.
getting fat.
But they are, I'm telling you what, like when I was in them, like they were tight. I would not be able to even squeeze in them.
Look like Tommy Lee. I mean, I went through a phase, probably like late middle school, early high school, where I freaking loved Motley Crue. Oh my gosh, because my parents listened to like those 80s like hard rock bands, and Motley Crue was one of their favorites of my dad.
Hood's Custom Shop was building skate parks. That would have been amazing. I honestly don't know how I survived middle school, high school age, because we would get like plywood and particle board, and we would have like a doghouse, and we would just put the board lean up against it.
Did you ever listen to Motley Crue? Did your mom ever listen to
that?
Def Leppard. Def Leppard was the first concert I ever went to.
I never really got too big into 80s stuff, except for the stuff that my mom was really into. She was Prince, Elton John, Journey.
Oh God.
All the like
my
hair
mom
band
Journey
stuff.
Too.
She never really did like the rock and roll stuff, she did Bon Jovi, but like Motley Crue and them, she never really went wild with those. She did the like Prince and Michael Jackson, Bon Jovi, Elton John. What's the other one? Like, I think that there's like Kansas. Is that a band? I think it's a band. There was all kinds of stuff. You built the skate park in Park City. That's a metal ones that you're driving on 35, right?
It's 135.
135? Okay. So on 135, it'd be on the east side of the road.
Yeah.
If you're going north, it'd be on the right side.
Your mom was preppy. Wasn't your mom a stoner?
Yeah, my mom was a stoner. She was a stoner. Yeah, she listened to Poison. But Journey, I think, Journey and Prince were her top two.
She had that one song on her phone before she passed away. What was it?
Who was it by?
You don't have to be rich.
Oh yeah, that's Prince.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. I don't know who Duran Duran is.
Oh, my mom listened to Duran Duran. I can't remember any of their songs. I can't remember any of their songs. I just remember she really liked them.
Hat Creek was rocking camo shirts and long jean skirts. Not much has changed. But yeah, the skate park thing, we would put boards down and we would skateboard down them, and there'd be times where we'd skateboard down particle board and we wouldn't put bricks. We would put bricks under there to support the middle of it. And being a dumb kid, and you didn't know really how physics and like the wood and stuff works, and so like you would go down it and like the wood would snap in half, and then you just smack the seat or whatever you were landing on, and sometimes it was wood. And then we would like layer the boards like this. So then when you roll down this side, your wheels wouldn't this side, because if you're going this direction, you would hit this and you'd fly forward. And so we would layer them and we would change it every time. And there'd be times where we would like make, gosh, I don't even know what you call it, like lines where we'd have like different like ramps, and you just go down. We call it drop in. You drop in down, and then you hit the ramp, jump, and then you just keep going down. And we would just layer them, and it was just like we would always be tearing stuff up. They probably thought our yard was crackheads because we had wood everywhere, just laid everywhere, bricks everywhere. We had chairs, dog houses. We was using whatever we could to skateboard, and it was ridiculous. And this was before me being able to drive and go to a skate park.
So do you know who ZZ Top is? My grandpa loves ZZ Top. In his garage where he always hung out, like especially when he was drinking, he had pictures of them. ZZ Top was my grandpa's favorite.
I know who ZZ Top is. At least I heard their name.
Probably from Duck Dynasty, because
okay, yeah, that song.
Side's retirement party.
Oh yeah.
That he got up on stage and sang with them. They have the really long beards.
Yeah, so I mean, I've heard of a lot of those things, but a lot of those people, but I never really got into them. I did the like My Chemical Romance, AFI, Hawthorne Heights, the 30 Seconds to Mars, Red Jumpsuit Apparatus was probably my number one. We got 42 people in here. That is the awesome. Highest I've had since the meetup.
Now I'm feeling old.
Now you're
Down
feeling
under
old.
Farm.
And so like, but yeah, I listen to stuff like Skillet now. We listen to Christian music now, and then occasionally we'll listen to a little bit of like some country songs. We're really picky about our country music because like, you know, we don't drink, and so like, you know,
Def Leppard. That was the first concert I ever went
Squirrel
to.
Brain.
Squirrel. I'm here for Brittany. Oh, is that?
Oh, that's
Susan.
That's Susan.
Hi, Susan. I miss you.
And so, I don't even know where I was at because you cut me off.
You strike me as a Green Day kind of guy. I loved Green Day.
I'll tell you something. I remember in 9th grade. So before 9th grade, I would listen to
Susan's on here. He's
like Eminem, Outkast. You know, I was a rap hip hop guy, and I hated rock. And Green Day, that song "Boulevard of Broken Dreams," I don't know why, but I heard it, you know, being played on the radio, and I heard it being played with the kids at school on the bus, and I was like, man, this song's really good. And so like, then my friend was like, I'll make you a CD with a few of their songs, and so there was a bunch of like songs that were big. I can't remember. There was like American Idiot. Anyways. And so Boulevard of Broken Dreams was the start of my emo phase because I was just honestly, I like the clothing style that I wore in 9th grade was just whatever I could wear, whatever my mom got me from the DAV. And so that's what we wore. And so sometimes it'd be just like a green button-up shirt and just a pair of Walmart pants. And so, you know, it was, when I started getting a job when I was 16, you know, that I started like buying my own clothes and wearing what I wanted to wear. I listened to many of those. We fully switched to Christian only music and some older country. I'm a Christian metalhead. So do you like August Burns Red? I like their their Christmas music. I like their stuff. And Disciple, that band is really good. I like their newer stuff. It's lyrically, it's a lot better since they got away from that record label that kept them from saying certain words. It's kind of weird. A Christian band is not allowed to talk so much about God. Isn't that weird?
Chrissy says we're all babies.
Yeah, we're all babies.
It's funny because we feel like we're getting old. Like Ricky turned 30 this year.
I know, and I see
28.
these kids at school or at work, and you know, I'm 30, and I see them. They're 16 years old, and you know, that's 14 years ago, and they're like, "Oh man, this song's so old," and I'm like, "Bro, I feel like that song just came out."
TikTok has a good way of reminding you of how old you are because there's some like shows. Yes, Guns N' Roses. My dad listened to them, and Metallica.
Metallica was one that I enjoyed, and
their Enter Sandman song, I remember it used to freak me out.
Pantera, I liked Pantera and Metallica, and if it was on Guitar Hero in my high school years, I liked it. That was another thing I did was no, I hated rock in middle school, so I'm gonna come over there and make you make a video. How about
AC/DC, Aerosmith. Oh my gosh, remember that one Aerosmith song that we loved?
What is that?
Gosh,
I about started singing like the country song.
I'm getting squirrel brain now, but I
know what AC/DC song you're talking about, or Aerosmith you're talking about, but I can't.
Single man says 30. I have 3 sons older than you. Matt Payne is still in pull-ups.
I'm 40.
Wow.
Mr. Hat Creek will be 37. We listened to 7 music. This was in the 90s, and of course, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg rap was starting, and then we went to heavy like 9 Inch Nails and Korn. The current music is garbage, and so like me personally, with us listening to Christian music, this new Christian music scene, there is very far and few in between that I enjoy. I kind of stopped at like, when did we start listening to it? 2013, 14 area.
I think it was 2012, 2013.
Is when we started.
Because it was right before we got married.
Yeah, and
right?
So like
we got married in 2013.
Why are you asking me? Like, I'm the one that always has to be questioned. Because I just get dates mixed up. Anyway, so like, what was it? I'd say about 4 years ago, I started to really not enjoy some of the stuff that was coming out because lyrically they was just jacked up. And then at the same time, like instrumentally, it was just like weird and awkward. And she thinks I'm really weird. So wait, when a song is played, if you just like think about the music part of it, like, do you feel colors? I feel colors.
No,
I don't
you
know.
are so weird.
I feel kind
Oh
of
my
colors.
gosh.
And
why
if
would
it's
you put that on the internet? Like, make yourself seem even more weird.
bro, they don't even they subscribe to a channel that is weird. And so if I can't be weird on my own channel, then they can follow Single Man. They unsub. But anyways, so like when I feel colors, I got leaves in my hair from that wig. Yeah, it's getting deep. And like if the colors like dark gray, like
weird,
dull browns and purples and blues that are dull and dark, like I just don't enjoy it. Like I like upbeat stuff that's exciting, and I don't like the lyrics to be wrong. George Strait's
These people are gonna have so many reasons to like make fun of you now.
They already make fun of. They have reasons.
Like we have this little joke with like my pastor and his son. It's like Ricky always comes up with really strange analogies. Like, you know that one, like how it feels whenever you scratch your eyeball and then lick your hair and then just weird stuff. Like that's what he's doing right now. My goodness, he's just weird.
Yeah, and the most recent one that we talked about was cream cheese. I hate cream cheese. And the explanation I have is when you eat it, the smell that you breathe out is horrible.
You're so
Horrible.
How did I get stuck with you?
I fed you just enough.
Fat joke?
It's not a fat joke.
Wow,
I mean,
you're so rude.
We all eat. And
Yeah,
I just
but
knew
you're
what you like to eat, and I
calling me fat.
I thought it was important to.
Ricky licks hair. Just kidding. I don't know. Ricky's just weird. He just comes up with the weirdest analogies with stuff. But yeah, is that Impedmar? Is that how you say that?
Sorry, what?
9 kids.
9 kids.
I lose my mind with 2.
You have 7 more than us, and I feel like we have 9 some days.
How did you deal with their fighting? Oh gosh, Hat Creek has 10.
Wow. So
how do you guys afford them?
You know, with kids, to me, I don't want to say that the things in life that slow you down. I'm one of those people to where if we're going to the store, if we're going somewhere, it's like get in the car, don't poke around, buckle up, sit down and shut up. And so
make yourself seem like a really mean dad. You're really not.
I'm not a mean dad. I'm really shy and I don't talk, remember? And so like if they don't buckle fast enough, I'm just like, hurry up, buckle. And so like 9, 10 kids, what? I like,
and especially if you have like whiny ones, because like
yeah.
our son is so whiny.
If he's not buckled and you put it in reverse or in drive and you're going,
They're
like,
just crying.
like he starts panicking. He can't get it in the buckle hole, and so like then he's like freaking out even more, and he's like, I'm not buckled, and like we're going 10 miles down the
side road.
Neighborhood road. That's I mean, I'm not saying that we're not going to get hit because we got hit while we were parked, but it's.
True.
The chances are very low. And so, yeah. And then I was going to talk about something, but I forgot because I talk about licking. I see licking hair and cream cheese and
just getting your senses all
wound
up.
10 kids. And so like for me, like growing up with having the kids, and it was like, I can't wait until, and for example, you can insert whatever. I can't wait until my kids can buckle their own, seat belts. Or here's a big one. I can't wait until my kids can unbuckle themselves from the car seat, because you know how car seats are. You got to go in there. They're not just so easy where you just push a button and it comes apart. Like you got to like fold it all weird, put a Rubik's Cube together and then click it together.
Stop.
And so like you got all these weird things. And so like when they could finally get strong enough to push that little red button on that holds the bottom part and then the chest strap, it's to me, I was like, I can't wait till they can unbuckle themselves. And then it got to the point to where I can't wait till they can buckle themselves. And then when we got out of the car seat, it's like, I can't wait till he can start buckling himself, learning where that strap is at and pulling it out and putting it in the,
well, he's still in a booster seat.
well, he's in a booster seat, but and so like all kinds of stuff. Like another thing I was thinking about was I can't wait until they can like start getting dressed, putting their own clothes, or like right now.
Yeah, then they're climbing over the back seat going down the highway. So my mom got pulled over one time when I was little. She said I was probably like 4 or 5 because I got up out of my car seat and I was waving at people in the back window. And my mom ended up getting a ticket because I was standing in the back window waving at people as she was driving down the street. So that's real life. That happens.
So Christy said that cream cheese, I told her that when we were at the house when I made that dinner. And it says, Eli says I lick my beard for leftovers. Hat Creek said buy a TV.
No, down
told Hat Creek to buy a TV. We only have 6 at home. We were Forge Mennonite. Oh, Impedmar said that weirdness of colors that I feel is called synesthesia. It's an actual thing. You taste things, shapes and colors, and you relate songs to colors.
Oh gosh, now he's gonna use it.
Synesthesia.
To explain his weirdness. Thanks for giving him an excuse.
Hey, if I can explain it and have more people understand, I'm like, I'm not that weird anymore. And really, like,
you still are. Okay, that's like the least of your weirdness.
I have 3 large dogs, 2 cats, 18 chickens. Kids probably added to the farm in the next couple of years. Goats first though, and an emu. I've never raised an emu, huh?
So priorities.
Yeah, I will say, if you have that opportunity, I'll say get a little bit of your life situated before you get all crazy with kids, because we started kids first, backwards, and
yeah, surprise pregnancy at 17,
and
birth control's not 100%.
We struggled a lot, and we've kind of always been kind of a paycheck to paycheck kind of a lifestyle, but when we live that lifestyle, it's not like broke paycheck to paycheck where we're eating like dollar menu stuff and box and can stuff to make ends meet.
Yeah, we get to go on trips.
Yeah, so we
do
just
fun things.
We just make sure that we're happy with what we do. We choose food that we like to taste and enjoy, and so
I look crazy. My hair's a mess.
Speaking of food, who was it? I think it was Sunny Slope. He shared a picture of, I don't even know what it was, but it was a big old hunk of meat, and it was like had thyme or something on it, and that just looked so good. And emu, good luck with that. I don't know how they are. I watched a TikTok and they seem mean. I'd be terrified. I feel like I'd get my eyeballs or something. Combs are for all of the comments just moved. Okay. 2 kids do my head in their 20s, still waiting for them to grow. As 2020 happens, like I would say when we first had kids, we go through that mentality of like, we don't want them to leave, because we love them. And, a lot of people's kids, sometimes kids will just run off and do things that their parents don't want them to do. That's if the parents are going this direction and they're trying to live a healthy lifestyle. And so then like the kids will kind of run off and do their own thing for a while. And that's kind of a fear of parents. And it's a fear that I have had. And I wouldn't say that I will still have, but it's getting easier and easier for kids to stay at home because they're not wanting to work and go get a job and do that kind of stuff. And so, I've always told my daughter that if she's going to school and she's living, like I'm not saying that she has to live exactly how I tell her to live, but if she's still going to church and, being healthy in that area, then she can stay as long as she's not like mooching off of us. And that time's not even here yet. So we don't have any boundaries for it. And
looks like I have a pat on my shoulder.
It's from the wreck.
Yeah, my shoulder is hurting. So this is one of those like Thera something
It's like those hot
Heating
hands.
pads.
It's like those hot hands that you put on.
But it's time for it to come off. But it definitely looks like a period pad. It's not.
We didn't have a car seats when I was little. We rode in the back of a pickup truck. I remember we went trick-or-treating and we was all in the bed of a pickup truck, but I was like 9.
What's up, dude?
Grandkids. That's what Eli says, that grandkids are God's
I hear
reward.
grandkids are so much better than real kids.
Real kids?
Like, well, your own kids. My parents love my children.
That's probably because
more.
like kids,
They get to go home.
they're with us all the time, so they're like sick of us, you know? And like, you know how like when our kids cry, like
We're like, God,
we're like, shut up.
what are you
And then
crying
like
for?
we're at a restaurant, we hear someone crying, we're like, oh, you know, it's like because we don't hear them cry, we don't listen to that. It just pierces our ears. And so like, thanks for making us look like really bad people.
Who said that? Oh,
No,
you said
me,
that?
because
Oh.
like we're just. It seems like we're just nagging on the kids, but we're really not. We're just like being real of this everything. But the comments are
moving.
But yeah, grandkids, you can send them home after you spoil them, and just like our kids, they come home and we're like, we're not doing that again, because they come home and they whine and cry more. They're brats. They mouth off a little bit more.
Our daughter is super sassy, but she's almost 10. Her birthday's a month from today.
Yep, Riley will be 10.
Riley be 10.
What's up, Wolfpack Homestead? How are you? We're explaining weird. Don't make it normal, but we all put ourselves on YouTube. So how normal are we? You're right. But I'll tell you what, if you look at all of the normal people in the world, those are the people that aren't interesting. And so I don't want to say that I'm interesting, but I know that I can probably interest a few people. Because when it comes to like explaining things and keeping people like on topic and interested on information, I am not the guy. I'm probably just I'm a dude that can probably spit a few jokes out and we can just laugh and crack up. Ours are adopted. We live in a 1-bedroom home and it's small, so we have to add on first. We would have had kids a while ago. We got married in 2017, so yeah, expanding from a 1-bedroom is something that is, I would say, is important because the kids
have a lot of stuff.
They will find spaces to put stuff, toys, trash, cups, dishes, forks. Speaking of forks, we are out of forks.
Somehow the kids have lost them, probably outside in the backyard somewhere.
Yeah, digging with forks.
Oh,
sorry.
wow.
I thought you were trying to read.
I see.
I was getting out of your way.
It's fine. Just don't worry about me. I'll just be over here by myself.
Waiting for hubby to get into gear with adding on. Adding on to a house would be fun, but at the same time kind of stressful because I like building. And I think using my hands would be fun. But the stress of like we're living around it is not fun. I can't believe there's 38 people that watch me talk weird.
Me either. Keep going through the comments. You keep scroll brain.
You guys are weird, right? That's why y'all here. Ooh, I don't know. Okay. Mine file into the last category.
22 grandchildren, my goodness.
22 grandchildren? Man.
All right, Pedmar is getting off.
See you later, Pedmar. Have fun.
You want to show that shirt you put on the bed?
Oh, yeah.
Because we've been on here for almost an hour.
I'm reading the comments real quick. People are talking about random stuff. Okay, so we're caught up with that. So here's a Christmas present I got. I took it off, and so the armholes are still stuck inside it. So let me pull those out. So it needs to be lint rolled, but I got a Narrowway Farm shirt, and it says subscribe on there, and it's got my logo. And it's really cool. I want to get some more made so that I can hand them out on at the meetup, because I feel like that's just what people have been doing. You see like Ridge Life, and I know he handed out shirts. Cold Beer handed out some shirts, And I know that there's going to be a lot of people handing out shirts. And I know there's more people that handed out shirts than I am saying, but I also showed up like 3.5 hours late. So I missed out on all of the party. Do you feel like the camera is like blurry? Or am I just weird?
A little bit. I mean, it's not bad.
Eli says he's the weirdest guy on YouTube.
Sorry, I'm texting Susan.
But didn't he say that he's not making YouTube videos? If you make a YouTube video, I'll give you that title. Got a plate with my channel icon. So cool. I got a... I don't want to be all political with you guys, but I got a mask. And I don't wear masks very often. Unless I'm... What? It's not over here.
Oh.
I got a mask that has the channel logo. Actually, it's in my pocket. So it's the same logo, and it's all linty. But it's white, and so it doesn't have the blue on it. But if I have to wear a mask, I'll wear it. But at the same time, like the thing that's weird about like my mask one, everybody looks at your face. So this to me, I wore it for the first time today, and it was weird. And because people are always looking at your face. But if it's a shirt, I can cover it up with this. But like if it's in my own hometown, I'm still kind of weird about like sharing my channel stuff, because I would say my biggest reason is I'm kind of awkward for one, and I don't have enough content to kind of back up the channel, because it seems like everybody sees the Tiffany videos first, and they're just like, whoa, dude. And I don't want to be like caught in public being like, that's that like weird dude that's like a man girl playing in the leaves. And so, yeah, it's
they made it to Texas.
They made it to Florida. Weren't they in Florida?
Well, they made it to Trevor.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, my stepmom is the one who made Ricky that shirt.
Yeah, she made the shirt and the mask. She made it with a cricket. Those things are pretty cool. She was trying to have me mess with it, and I'm used to like Canva. It's an app on your phone, which is, if y'all don't know about it and you make YouTube videos, if you don't use it, check it out. There's a free version which has a lot of features, and I create all of my thumbnails. If you want to go look at them, I'm not the best, so don't judge me in that area. But if you want to look at a beginner's level of thumbnails with that app, those are how I made it. Hello, Sunlina's World. I added her on Facebook. I kept seeing her my recommendation, and I was like, who is this lady? And then I saw her on a live chat, and I was like, that's who that is. I bought mine and Mullet Man shirt from Bonfire. It was such a...
Oh, that sucks.
So the shirt that you got from Bonfire that everybody's getting was in bad quality, or was it just yours that was messed up? And also at the same time, while we're talking about...
Isn't Hat Crate Homestead the one who gave you that
the ornament? Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Go get that real quick.
Where's it at?
It's on the cat tree.
Tree?
Yeah. So I didn't hang it up on my tree because I didn't want to like mess it up. And I'm assuming was it made with a cricket? Because that's after I got this right here, I was like, this looks exactly like the same stuff. Because I don't have any experience with them, so I don't know. And so I don't know if you make stuff to sell, Dawn, but if you guys want to go check out Hat Creek Homestead, she made this ornament for me.
Are you
Narrowway
showing
Farm.
Poncho, Mom?
We already showed Poncho.
Oh, you did?
And so I didn't want it to get lost or tore up or scratched, and so I didn't hang it up this year.
Wait, you showed Poncho as a picture? What did you
Still
make?
trying to get used to being open about being on YouTube. I'm designing merch on spring. Oh man. I wonder, honestly though, with the speckliness where it's like kind of like, oh, what is it? I know Jason's original Shoot Dang shirt. It said Shoot Dang, and it's the one of a kind that he made, and he wore it to the meetup. like that on purpose has some spots missing. And so I'm wondering if it's that way, or if it's just like messed up to where they didn't have quality control and check it before they just threw it in a box. But do you guys still have the Mullet Man shirts for sale? Because that's something that I'm interested in getting. No, I have a commercial plotter, like a cricket on steroids. Okay. But it cuts
We can
outdoor.
get out of my ear chewing on stuff. Good grief.
Advertising is great. Don't stress who sees it. You will get trolls on YouTube. I will tell you, I do get trolls, and I got a lot of trolls because the videos that I made for Jason towards him that were to target his trolls, it seems like a lot of people just got flustered. Even the people that know, I would say the people that really got flustered was the people that really like him, because they didn't see the behind the scenes part of it or catch on it of me and Jason working together to mess with these trolls. And so they kind of took it as me picking on Jason and using Jason. And so, like, for example, the video that has the most views on my channel is where it says the Crockers told me to get off YouTube. And I was literally talking about how Jason, when we video chatted, the first time I ever got to tell him, he was saying, and I was telling, we were talking about all of the issues and obstacles with YouTube that I have. And he, encouraged me, saying, this is what I went through. He goes, man, just stop watching so much YouTube videos, get off of that side and just go outside and start filming. Don't even, like, your videos might suck, but if you can get out a lot more often, then, if one person adds to your channel because of one video, then you mess with the algorithm and you grow and YouTube starts to suggest you. And so he's like, do that. Just start making videos instead of watching them. And so, like, I made a video about it, talking about how Jason encouraged me. And it was kind of a video saying, hey, I'm going to start making more videos. Because at that time, I was making videos once a month. And so I was just like, I'm going to put out a video once a week. And I did that. I started doing that until summer classes started. And then summer classes was, what was that? That literature.
Children's literature.
Children's lit class. And I had to read like 2 books a day. And I had to like write a book report pretty much for each of them. But they were children's books. And so, like, but when you got to come home, read those books, feed your chickens, write these book reports every single day. Then you had to like watch a video and watch an old lady read a book, and she was really monotone. And so, like,
no, she wasn't. Dr. Walliser is a dang good reader.
To me, no, I wouldn't say monotone, but it was like I couldn't get it.
He couldn't get it.
If I am not like pumped and excited about it, like I cannot focus. And so people call that ADHD, but like if it's not interesting to me, like, no, I don't want to read Cinderella. Like, I want to go play with a chicken. And so, yes, I'm going to be a teacher, and my goal is to be like calculus, trigonometry, or like physics. Those are my like 3 that I'm like shooting for. But in a high school, trigonometry would probably be calculus is kind of, I wouldn't say rare, but that teacher's probably been there for the next 20, 30 years. And so, like, it'd be kind of hard to get that position. And so, and honestly, I need to brush up on that.
And I am going to school to be a special ed teacher. So we're both in school. We're on a break. School starts in 3 weeks. Not looking forward to it.
School is, being out of school right now has been amazing. And I
hold on, 9 to 5 to life.
I actually found him on Facebook.
Wants to know what he missed. So 9 to 5 to life off grid. We did get into a wreck yesterday. We were sitting at the bank waiting to deposit money into the ITM, so the interactive teller machines, and we got hit. So that's my nice little Camry that I loved. Some lady just barreled right into us. most likely totaling my car.
Yeah, everybody's good. I got a scratch on my nose, a scrape on my chin, and it's real tender still. It's a little swollen. My jaw started to hurt a little bit, but I don't really feel anything except for like when I touch it, like right underneath my earlobe, like it kind of just feels a little tender. But other than that, like it doesn't hurt when I do that kind of a thing.
But yeah, everyone's fine. You are. My car, like I said, most likely totaled, so we're gonna have to get a new one. Yeah, see, Ricky and I, we just decided to do everything backwards, I guess, after we had our surprise pregnancy at 17 and 19.
Where are you reading this at?
So I remember Selena's World says I remember having college was not fun. I remember college was not fun with kids.
Oh yeah, it's because when I'm trying to like, oh never mind, I was reading that backwards. When I'm like trying to read a book or study or do a quiz, the kids are kind of like earlier when you saw Isaiah coming here crying, I need my hockey puck, I lost it. And he's whining, it's off my truck. It was a wheel. And he was like crying because he needed it. And it's like when I'm trying to study or if like I'm doing a quiz and it's like 20-minute quiz and it's timed. And if you're not done, like you just miss out on the points. And so like that happens. And so then you got like errands with kids, you got to get more groceries, all that kind of fun stuff. Cook dinner, cook for more people, clean up after more people. So college with kids, I mean, it's all right, honestly. But they're at the
some
age.
days are hard, but they're pretty self-sustainable.
We live sadly we live in a time to where we can throw a phone in their face and be like, shut up for 20 minutes, let me do this. And so, I mean, it sucks to say that, but I mean, it's reality. And if I need to get my schoolwork done and make them be quiet for 20 minutes so I can really focus on it.
And let's be real. How many dads here really ever get bothered by the children? Because not Ricky. It's usually me that they're bothering, so.
She's not really wrong there, but there are times where I do get bugged enough to where
9 to 5 to Life is coming to the meetup. Aren't they in Michigan?
I think that's where he said he was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's because I think they said they're in the Upper Peninsula, right, of Michigan.
If you remember that, you have got some good memory because I remember talking about it.
I don't remember half the stuff we ever talked about.
Yeah, we were talking about like random stuff from when we were
kids.
When we were first started dating, and she's like, I don't remember that. I'm like, I remember everything vivid as day. I can remember stuff from high school where like a conversation with people, like down to like third grade. I was that dork in school where I wasn't ever in any group. And so like, when you're in class and everybody's talking when there's like nothing going on. And so
someone said they're getting off. Hold on. Down under Farm and Forge. Bye.
See you
Have
later,
a good night.
Down Under.
Actually, if they're in Australia, they're having a good day.
Oh.
Because they're like 12 hours ahead of us.
I forgot what was that. Oh, anyways.
Talking about high school.
I wasn't ever in a group and everybody's talking, like waiting for the bell to ring. And I'm like, I ain't got nothing to do. So I'd sit in my chair and get all my stuff all tidied up. And I'd just watch their conversation. And I'm, over here with my little nose spray and my Harry Potter glasses.
Whatever.
Listening to what they got going on. And so like, they probably never knew that I know what was going on. But like, I can remember all that kind of stuff. I remember weird details. And she's like, I remember nothing like 5 years ago.
Single man's dad went to college with 5 kids at home and maintained a 4.0. Good grief.
Wow.
That's awesome. I ended my semester with a 3.25 and I was so upset about it. I had 3 B's and 3 A's.
So I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I know a lot of people are going to bring stuff to the meetup that are, since we're more prepared. So if you guys don't have me on Facebook, you can hit me up. Instagram is a better way to hit me up. And it's narrowway_farm. But if Jason's allowing people to bring stuff, I plan on bringing like hatching eggs, quail, and like I got red sex link and I got leghorns. And so I'll kind of have like a little barnyard mix. of eggs at the meetup and quail eggs. I don't plan on bringing any goats or rabbits unless somebody really wants them, but I'm not trying to like hold on to the rabbits until the end of the meetup to give it out. So if it's something I could like get rid of at the beginning of the meetup so that I'm not like having to babysit a goat, let's say. But if he's allowing people to bring stuff to trade and all that kind of stuff, which Instagram is kind of like it's kind of like Facebook, but so you can like
it's all pictures.
Yeah, but they're upgrading a lot of things. So it's like you can have videos on there. So it's kind of like they got a spot on there. It's called Reels, and it's like TikTok, to where you can like just scroll through the videos that are under a minute long. But you share photos, and people can.
Are they fighting?
No, they're playing. They're definitely playing. He's laughing, and so you can do all kinds of stuff like find other farm channels, farm people, homesteading people, gardeners, whatever.
Put your Facebook link in the.
You can do my Facebook or Instagram. But anyways,
I don't use Instagram.
If anybody's wanting any of that kind of stuff, you can reach out. I'll bring some if anybody's interested, and we'll do that at the meetup. And actually, I've been getting a lot of quail eggs here lately. So in my latest video, I hatched out those 4, and then we just hatched out 7. 7
No,
days.
we hatched out 8 when one died.
Oh yeah, he didn't get out of
his egg.
Do you really want some goats, Matt? Because I don't have to go to the meetup for that. I'm going down there the 8th. Well, we're waiting on her to get her work situated because she's supposed to work on the weekend of the 8th on Saturday. But we're going down to Tulsa Saturday on the 8th. So if you really want some goats, I got some.
Isn't Matt the turkey guy?
Yeah, he's the turkey guy. And if you need some help with that frame, if you hit me up a week or 2 in advance,
free?
I'll probably give you some for free. Quail eggs, sir. I know Chrissy wants quail eggs. So when I come down, how many do you want? Do you want them now, or when I come down, or do you want them later?
You just put a whole bunch in the incubator. Are you gonna have enough? Well, I guess you've been getting like 5 to 6 a day.
Yeah, I'm getting about 5-6 eggs a day. We would like to buy some quail and turkey. I don't have turkey. That's Matt. They're Katornik's quail. Bring them all here. Say no to Matt. We got to be up at 3 a.m. So glad you're all okay. Good night, God's country. I don't know if you're gone already. I'm planning on bringing my sawmill to demonstrate. Heck yeah, dude. I will watch that. That's cool. Because I kind of, other than the videos that you see, you kind of see the easy stuff where the board's already on there and it's already leveled out and all they do is push it. And so I don't got time to sit there and watch somebody fiddle with that kind of stuff. But to see it in person, that's a different story. I'll also sit and watch that kind of stuff. And the reason why I don't like watch videos that fiddle around is because some of them fiddle around and they don't know what they're doing. And I don't want to like waste my life watching that. And so, but Matt, and if you're serious about wanting some quail eggs, I can bring some. But Chrissy gets first dibs on what I got. And so it seems like I can get about 24 that are going to be fertile. It seems like the longer I wait, if I go longer than 7 days of saving them, because I rotate my package every single day that I get eggs to keep them fresh. And then I get about 3 to 5. 6 is like very rare. 3 to 5 a day. And so it takes me about a whole week to get a whole 24 pack. And so the further you get past 7 days, the lower your chances of getting fertile eggs. I wouldn't say fertile eggs, but the hatch rate just kind of seems to me like it goes down. But I don't really know exactly everything I'm going through on that. Do what?
Chrissy said, "Hot in your face, man." Boom.
Boom. How about I just bring quail eggs?
You hear him screaming Wichita Thunder. Wichita Thunder.
I'll just bring some eggs out of the refrigerator for you, Chrissy. How about that? That'll work. Alrighty, Nathan Sampson taught me to be successful at quail. I haven't seen any of his quail videos. But that's Sampson Farms. And so Chrissy wants us to bring eggs when we go down there.
I'm going to text Judy tomorrow and see if she can ask someone to
I will have a
switch me.
sawmill by spring. But yeah, I don't know if does anybody know about the meetup if we're able to bring stuff like that. But I mean we can go to Walmart parking lot. I mean they can't stop that. But But yeah, I think we're gonna get off of here because we got an hour and 15 minutes. Are you really wanting goats, Matt? Because I got a bunch of bucks. I don't have any does. Matt says he'll keep goats in the hotel room.
Yeah, I'm sure Christian would really love that.
I actually do have a girl goat that I'm trying to get rid of. Penelope. She's the nicest girl goat that we have. One of the nicest. And she's kind of like an alpha female. And
she thinks she's a dude.
We think that there's something wrong with her in her lady area because she can't get pregnant, or at least we haven't had a successful kidding. We've had her for 2.5 years, and she's been able to have babies for at least 1.5 of these years. My goats are Nigerian dwarf. I think it's Chad. I'll look it up. It is Chad. But yeah, our goat Penelope, she's a girl, and we have this Muslim guy that comes and buys a bunch of our goats. And hey, there's Mallory, Quebec Homestead. So you always come in when we're getting off. Now, if y'all like the 80s music and the 90s music that we were talking about earlier in our stream, when Mallory goes live at Quebec Homestead, she takes her monetization off and she plays music as a background while she's talking. But yeah, Matt, I keep getting off of it, but Matt, if you're really interested in some goats, hit me up and we'll don't have any Kikos. They're just Nigerian dwarf. And then that Penelope goat, she's half something and she's half what do you call it? The fainter goats. Pygmy. Half pygmy and half something. And so she's smaller. She's smaller than she's about the same size of our Nigerians. So
no, we don't have any Kikos.
I wish we had Kikos, but they're a little pricey. And so I kind of got my goats as a hobby starting out. So like if I decide to get into something bigger, like if I want to do milking, I wonder why that was flagged. If I want to get into milking, I'll probably go to like a La Mancha or I can't think of the other one. But I haven't thought about doing it yet. But I know that Nigerian dwarf have a really high fat content for like cheeses and butters and stuff like that. And so my goat does not have that myotonic gene. So it doesn't faint. I've tried. I'm out there like, boo. And they just kind of like, stupid. I kind of don't like the way goats look at you because I'm out there and they always look like they're judging me. They're like, hey, look, there's that dum-dum. Just the way they look, especially Finn. Finn's got that really dum-dum, like judgmental looking face. Do you guys feel like goats have that weird judgmental looking? And then chickens, they look through your soul. They just pierce right through it. I don't know why. But I'm going to get off here. she's already. It looks like she's already punched out. She's
I'm messaging.
she's trying to get
emailed
work.
My boss.
She's trying to get her work situated for the 8th because I know that I'm for sure coming, and so with her being part time at the bank, credit union, she gets offended when I say bank, because she works like every third Saturday. But you guys have fun, and we'll talk to you guys later. See ya. The stream. Okay.